All right, so I have a mini training for you right now, okay? So I was on a podcast yesterday called Career Competitor. I cannot wait to put this out and show you guys. Steve, is the creator of this podcast, is amazing. He's a former athlete as well. I know you might not be a former athlete. Not everyone here is, but I was, so it was really great to connect with, people who are like-minded, people who went through things like you did, just like the Ready program, why I created as a group, like a community to heal together, to have this journey together so you can always be like, oh my God, me too. Like, I went through that, you went through that, oh, same. And you feel connected, you feel protected, you feel safe. So that's great, but okay, off topic. So we talked about setting goals, okay? So I'm gonna do a mini training for you right now about setting goals. So he asked me, he's like, you as an identity coach, how do you help your clients set their goals? And the first thing I said was, you cannot set goals until you set your boundaries. Okay, so that's a big part of what I'm about. Setting your boundaries, right? Because if you're a people pleaser, it's hard for you to set boundaries. If your self-critic inside you runs your life, it's really hard to set boundaries, right? If you're complaining, comparing yourself to others, it's really hard to set boundaries. If you're just self-destructing, nitpicking yourself, everything you do, it's really hard to set boundaries. And if you don't set boundaries, you can't set goals. If you don't achieve those boundaries, you can't achieve those goals. Okay, so 2 things I want you to set for yourself or think of for yourself, okay? When you are setting goals, set your boundaries first. Put your boundaries in place. And I know it's hard for you to put boundaries in place. So, number 1, you want to release the fear of setting boundaries. Release that fear that someone's going to get hurt if you set these boundaries. Someone's not going to love you if you don't set these boundaries. Someone's going to get mad at you, or you won't be able to please someone if you set these boundaries for yourself. Healthy boundaries for yourself. Number 1. That's the main thing that you need to release, is knowing your worth, owning who you are. That you're going to be okay, you're going to be loved, you're going to be accepted, you're going to do great things, even if you set these boundaries, okay? Number 2 is, I just got really deep in that fear. I just got really deep into that fear one, and I forgot what my second one was. Oh, here we go. Came back. So first one's fear, second one is guilt. Okay, so first release the fear, second release the guilt. All right, guilt that setting a boundary for myself will somehow diminish someone else. Okay, we do this when we're people pleasers. We do this when a friend is down. You want to be down with them, which is great. It's great to help someone, but if you're on this level, you do not want to bring yourself down just to, make someone else feel good. Because if you keep doing that, and keep doing that, and keep doing that, what about you? Where are you going to be? Where could you have been if you put yourself first? Okay, release the guilt that, if I've done a bad thing, then I am a bad thing, or I am a bad person, which is completely untrue. All right, so those are 2 really, really big things that you want to release, okay? And then you want to set boundaries for yourself. 3 healthy boundaries for yourself. Maybe you're not going to deal with the way people talk to you anymore. You are going to talk to yourself positively now. You are going to send love to yourself. You're going to, whatever it is, set those boundaries for yourself, because you're first. You cannot be the great mom. You cannot be the great girlfriend, spouse. You cannot be the best coworker, boss, if you don't have you first. Really, like, who's the person, who's the being showing up for your kids, showing up for your spouse, showing up for your coworkers? Who is that being if you're not there? Okay, so before you set the goals, you must always check your boundaries. If you don't have boundaries, figure out why that is. Check your fear, check your guilt. And then set 3 boundaries, 3 healthy boundaries, and stick to them. Make sure they're achievable. Okay? I know we want to shoot for the stars, and you can. But before you get to the stars, you got to step up on a stool, and then you got to step up on something else higher, and then you got to get into the rocket ship, and then you got to fly, and then you get. There are steps into getting to the stars. Okay? So if you have questions about this, we go into way more depth and details in the Ready program with this, so that you can actually achieve the goals. Not just say, like, yeah, I want to do it, but actually do it. We do that in the Ready program. All right, so I hope that was helpful for you. Let me know if you have any questions around this, and I'll help you get clarity. All right?